What's up guys, my name is Giancarlo Berg, otherwise known as Berg, and today we're going to be demonstrating the BARIKAN T-Shaped Trimmer. So today we're going to break down a haircut for you guys. Okay, we're going to be doing a classic style, something a little bit longer on top. So we're going to be demonstrating how we're going to be using the BARIKAN trimmer today to do a mid to high fade, and also how we'll be using our scissors to prep this haircut before. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to begin to blend this disconnection. Section number one, we're going to do a diagonal back section. Second section, diagonal back. So make sure that flows into the side of the hair here. So now we have section 1, 2, and 3. 3 went to 2, and 2 went to 1. So it's going to begin to build weight towards the back. 5 went to 4. So since the disconnection is so high here, something a lot more textured and messy back here. And then the fade's going to flow into this. We're going to over direct this point to this point so that we can bring as much weight down as possible. We're going to continue to move around horizontally. So now we're going to be able to use our clipper work to build our weight into this length here. For this demonstration, we're just going to make sure that we're evening the hair out as best as we can to remove all the length inconsistencies. And now the haircut is ready to be blended in with the clippers. So we're going to be using our GP86 to do a lot of the blending now. We're going to remove the bulk with this clipper, and then we'll go in with our trimmer to finish the fade up. So we'll show you here. So number 3, yeah, okay. So we want to make sure that we're taking this blend right into that length that we cut. Okay, so we're taking our number 2, right, open into this area here, but not further, just wherever we set this weight line at. So you see now the clipper is blending right into that length. So we're going to be using now our XT70, which is our brand new BARIKAN liner or trimmer, however you guys want to call it. This is going to be what we use to create our outline, but also create our shortest point of the fade. So we're going to create a nice drop fade here to begin to build some of this weight. More like a mid-skin, mid-high, okay? And we're going to use our SP20 to begin to create our bald line. Now we're going to open up our GP86 to the 1.5 millimeter. This is going to be our first guideline. Okay, now we have our bald line and we have our 0.5. Now we're going to go closed, halfway, 0.9 to begin to remove this line. We're going to go all the way closed, 0.3 to take this remaining line out. So now we're going to be using our 1 guard or the 3 millimeter. So now open, right, or 1.5 with the 1 millimeter. So 4.5 millimeters to begin to fade. Now we're going to begin to remove this line completely with our next guard. This is the clip that we're going to use to begin to blend this line out. I always open up the lever or rotate the dial as high as I can to make sure that the area before that I was working is the length that I assume that it is. So sometimes we cut this area too short and now we have to push the fade. Always double check your work and the length that you have. I'm going to rotate the clipper into the corner so I can begin to almost point cut it with the clipper. So we're going to be using the GP86's corner. So the clipper is great because it's so sharp at the point, the way the teeth are made, it's perfect for these corner techniques because anything you touch is going to cut. This technique works because I have my finger here, so it allows me to flow without touching the hair too much. So now we'll be using our BARIKAN liner and trimmer to begin to create this outline here. nice sharp outline. So now for the final step, I'm gonna create some softness here. Be very careful because these do cut whatever they touch. Perfect. Now we have skin to the trimmer line all blended. You guys can see the fade beginning to come together now. Now I'm gonna work on this part of the blend, which is the thickest amount of hair. Typically it has the most amount of hair in this part of the head. The hair is the densest here. So what I'm really gonna do is use the clipper to float and really remove this density. I'm gonna do the final touches here in this area and this area here, and I think he'll be ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm using the fade blade here. I'm sorry, the fade guard, to make sure I just use the corner, very corner. A lot of corner techniques here. So now we're gonna do the last touches on these baby hairs right here. Now we're gonna do some finishing touches with the blow dry. We're gonna be using the matte finish. Show you guys the strength of Mr. Brosh's product. Very strong, but also has a very matte finish. Like it?
Yeah.